And after that, what mean by public servant? The word public servant denoted a person falling under any of the description here and after following, namely first, second, every commission officer in the military, naval or air force of Pakistan while serving under the federal government or any provincial government. Third, every judge means what mean by public servant. Fourth, every officer of court of justice whose duty it is as a such officer to investigate or report on any matter of law or fact, or to make or authenticate or keep any document, or to take a charge or dispose of any property, to execute any judicial process, or to administer any oath, or to interpret or to preserve order in the court. Every person specifically authorized by a court of justice to perform any of such duties. Fifth, every juryman, assessor and a member of the panchayat assisting a court of justice or public servant. Sixth, every arbitrator, other person to whom any cause or matter has been referred for the decision or report by any court of justice by any other competent public authority. Seventh, every person who holds any office by virtue of which he is empowered to place or keep any person in confinement. Eighth, every officer of the government whose duty it is as such officer to prevent offences, to give information of offences, to bring offender to justice, or to protect the public health, safety or convenience. Ninth, every officer whose duty it is as such officer to take or receive, keep or expend any property on the behalf of the government, to make any survey or assessment or contract on the behalf of the government, or to execute any revenue process, or to investigate or to report on any matter affecting the pecuniary interest of the government, to make, authenticate, keep any document relating to the pecuniary interest of the government, to prevent infractions of any law for the protections of the pecuniary interest of the government. And every officer in the service of pay of the government remunerated by fees, commission for the performance of any public duties. And tenth, every officer whose duty it is as such officer to take, receive, keep, expend any property, to make any survey, assessment, to leave any rate or tax for any secure common purpose of any village, town or district, to make a authenticate, keep any document for the asserting of the rights of the people of any village, town or district. 11th, every person who hold any office in virtue of which he is empowered to prepare, publish, maintain or advise an electoral roll, to conduct an election or part of an election. So illustration we must read and we must remember, because these illustrations come in the law gate. Just like example of second explanation, because these statements in previous law gate 2 or 3 come in the, so you should underline these statements. A municipal commissioner is a public servant. Persons falling under any of the above description are public servant, whether appointed by the government or not. Explanation 2. Wherever the words public servant occur, they shall be understood of every person who is in actual possession of the situation of public servant, whatever legal defect there may be in his right to hold their situation. The word election denoted an election for the purpose of selecting member of any legislative, municipal or other public authority of whatever character. The method of selection to which is by under any law prescribed is by election. What mean by movable property in PPC? The word movable property are intended to include corporeal property of every description except land and things attached to the earth, or permanently fastened to anything which is attached to the earth. Wrongful gain, wrongful loss or wrongful means of property to which gain in wrongful legally entitled. And wrongful loss is the loss by unlawful means of property to which the person losing it is legally entitled. Gaining wrongfully, losing wrongfully, a person is said to gain wrongfully when such a person retains wrongfully, as well as when such a person acquires wrongfully. A person is said to lose wrongfully when such a person wrongfully kept out of any property, as well as when such a person is wrongfully deprived of property. Section number 24. Dishonestly, whoever does anything with the intentions of causing wrongful gain to one person or wrongful loss to another person said to do that thing is dishonestly. So again, fraudulently, a person is said to do. You should underline dishonestly, because these statements in previous law get 2 or 3 in coming. So you should underline these statements. Fraudulently, a person is said to do a thing fraudulently if he does that thing with intent to defraud, but otherwise. Reason to believe, a person is said to have reason to believe a thing if he has sufficient cause to believe that things, but not otherwise. Property in possessions of wife, clerk or servant. So when property is in the possessions of person, wife, clerk, servant, on account of that person, misal तौर a right is named on the back of bill of exchange payable on the other. The meaning of endorsement as explained in the merchant use is that the bill is to be paid to the holder. The endorsement is a document. These are the document. It is not essential to counterfeiting that the limitation should be existed. Explanation 2. When a person cause one thing to resembles another thing, and the resemblance is such that there is a person might be deceived thereby, it shall be presumed, under the contrary proved, that the person so causing the one thing is resembled to other things, intended by means of that resemblances to practice deception, knew it to be likely that deception would be practiced. Document explanation 1 is immaterial by what means or upon what substance the letters, figures, marks are found, whether the evidence is intent for may be used in court of justice or not. Illustrations, just like a writing express the terms of contract, which may be used as evidence of the contract, is a document. A check upon a banker is a document. A power of attorney a document. A map or plan which is intent to be used, which may be used as evidence a document.